Yo, I'm gonna start this out with a hype post. So powerful in the game, even evil backs up. Your gods, queens, and kings step aside when I come through. You can keep your crowns, I'll keep my sword and shield, surrounded by force fields of light in the dark. I'm gonna say it again. So powerful in the game, even evil backs up. Your gods, queens, and kings step aside when I come through. You can keep your crowns. I'll keep my sword and shield surrounded by force fields of light in the dark. I'm going to follow it up by just some random pieces of stuff. They call you insane when you have a deep reality. Some will step all over you, then expect you to apologize for messing up their shoes. They have little to no awareness. It's a deal breaker. I will not search for greener grass. I will grow my garden instead. Curious, what would the rich do if they didn't have the poor providing for them? What would rich people do if financial slavery ceased to exist? What would rich people do if exploitation was outlawed? What would the rich people do if everyone realized Earth is our home and it's to be replenished, preserved, and restored for life in general, not just humans? Yes, I wake up like this, ready for capitalism to crumble. I don't come with an off switch, unfortunately for everyone. Seriously, it stays up, stays going. I have to stop myself and constantly redirect myself, because if I don't, one match, I'll make an explosion for real. I only know how to climb out of hell with faith, a smile, and passion carrying me. Sometimes I might spiral first. That is true. Because I'm telling you, I'm going to get into that in a little bit. There's roller coaster of emotions that I had to push through today. But now I'm on the other side of that. I think I just have to have like a mental funeral. I have to do a mental funeral. Processing like a cutoff ceremony, basically, is what I call it. Where I process all the hurt from the situation and I dead it. Anyway, the trigger happened about, I couldn't sleep last night. Both of my feet were numb and tingly, and then my leg was just throbbing. My knee was hurting so bad. It was like somebody was, I don't even know how to describe it. And then my left arm was messing up so bad, and it was like really tender to the touch. Felt like somebody was ripping my fingers off. And I just couldn't sleep because I had a lot on my mind, and I got triggered about something about, I want to say 1 something in the morning maybe. And it drives me nuts because I work so hard to remain grounded and, move with clarity and all these things. And then when I feel like an issue has arisen where someone has become careless and it's affected me, it sends me on a whole spiral. I cannot control what my body does, but yes, once again, I'm in control of what my body, how I react to it. So that really made me not be able to sleep. And then my son got up at 4:30, woke up crying at 4:30, didn't go back to sleep till after 6. I think I got maybe 2 hours of sleep, so I'm tired. So that was, started the day overstimulated. I didn't eat all day until like 5 o'clock because I just couldn't eat. I just had so much on my mind because this trigger, I'm not ready to dive into it yet because it's a lot. But I just had to redirect myself until I was grounded while focusing on my breathing and, you know, breathing through it. When I was getting obsessed with a thought, a voice would just come through and say, breathe. And I would breathe and it would help reset. I had to do that a lot. It took me until I want to say till about 6:30. So a little over 12 hours. No, probably a little longer than that. Anyway, for me to be able to come out of that, which to me wasn't that long of a time. I could lose months before. I've lost 9 months before on a triggering moment that was crushing, soul crushing. And I actually found out that the person I was dealing with, I got pregnant, and he was such an asshole. Like, I had to ask permission to call him. Actually, I wasn't allowed to call him, my bad. I had to wait on his calls. Like, I couldn't go anywhere. I mean, I still did. I got caught a lot. And, like, he would get mad. And I wouldn't even go anywhere. Like, I didn't even realize how bad it was until I started talking about it, like, years later. That I didn't even realize had such an effect on me. And, like, I wasn't allowed to speak unless I was spoken to. If I spoke out of turn or something, he wouldn't, like, talk to me for days. He would drop me off. He would just leave and not talk to me for like a week or two. And then I'm like, okay, well, fuck you too. He wouldn't, like, at one point I didn't even have his phone number. He would just call me private. And I was like, okay. And he didn't talk to me for like 2 weeks. And then I'm like, okay, fuck you. Like, I just moved on. And then he just randomly started hitting me up, and I would be like, he'd swindle me again. And it was just a cycle. Once I realized the cycle, I ended it. But I didn't realize that he was so controlling. I mean, he got physically abusive at one point, and that was when I really ended it. And but yeah, it was just a lot. It's a lot of weird stuff. That I met him when I was young. I think I was 18. Yeah, I had just freshly graduated high school. And did not love myself. I did not love myself back then. Let's just say that. Cringe. Anyway, back to today. I just, the cycle of the emotions, they got really intense, and I was just, all these, like, intrusive thoughts were racing through for me. That's something that I should say and address. And it was just so intense, and I was getting ready to type it in on my notes, because I'm learning to try to type it in on my notes, do my letters, instead of sending it, write my letters instead. Because, and like, it just, and I would just breathe. Today was overall very mentally exhausting. And it does hurt, and I got to the point where I haven't cried yet, but that's like the shedding process. All those thoughts, all that cycle of process that I went throughout the day, the roller coaster of emotions. It's all part of the process of shedding. Healing is messy. It's isolation, crazy. It's brutal. Jet black darkness. You'll want to quit. You can't, and you won't. It'll hurt. Allow it to change you. You won't be the same person left in the ruins. Right under all of that is you, born again. Let your shambles raise the temperature in the room. Yeah, it was wild. Wild day. I just want to leave you with this. Disagreements with a divine individual is a discussion leading to a solution. My roots are waiting to twist with another. Deep will always be intimidating to those who splash in shallow water. I know who I am. I don't care if you don't. No. I used to. Should have caught me when I had all these fucks. I still got them, but a lot more selective. It's like each time somebody does something to me or thinks I'm stupid as fuck or something, it's like fucks just go away, and I might become just more selective, more careful, and that's fine. To the point where I'm in the isolation part of healing right now. Need lots of isolation. Is underlining sad. I feel like I've wasted time on stuff. So, like I said, I'm just processing that. The time lost. Because time is precious. Especially my time. So, I'm not going to spend another second. I'm going to shed it. I'm going to have a mental funeral, and you're going to be dead to me. That's what I do. I heal myself from you. And then you can't... The force field between me and you, the distance between us, just grows and grows and grows and grows until I don't see you anymore. You know what I mean? That's one thing. I bounce back like elastic. I can heal as many times as I need to, shed whatever I need to. I'm damn near immortal at this point. Comfort or growth, choose wisely. And the type of person I am, which is why I know, like, I take things very seriously. I take my agreements very seriously, is because before I sign up for war, I need to know if you're a warrior or an avoidant. Are you gonna run away? Are you a runaway? You know what I mean? And if you are, just keep running, because I'm not gonna chase you. Bye. Alright, that's all I've got for tonight. Relatively short. Still sweet. Alright, have a good night. Until next time.